Hey there. If you are a mom or a woman who feels overwhelmed and like you're struggling to prioritize yourself, your goals, and your needs, I got just the thing. Hi, my name is Ayana, and I am a transformation mindset coach and a teacher for the past 15 years. And I have a brand new planner that's going to help you calm the overwhelm, learn how to make yourself a priority, feel empowered, and go after your goals in a holistic way. In this video, we are going to dive into my brand new planner that is just the additional tool you've been looking for. Let's dive in. Okay, so now I am sharing my screen with you all so we can check out the amazing, beautiful planner that my team helped me develop. And Candace is the wonderful designer who helped design this planner. And she and I worked so hard on it, and we are so proud to bring it to you now today. So let's dive on in. But before we do that, I just want to say that I'm on a computer right now. And so this is a PDF document. Now, if you'd like to see, digital planners get used on iPads. If you want to see a recording of me using this planner on the iPad, I have that recording available. You can click the link in the description and you will have access to that if you want to see it. Now, just because I'm new to this, I recorded all of that on my phone and the colors were not as vibrant. So I decided to redo this on the computer just so you can see the design in all of their glory, but I should still be able to click through it. Now, welcome. And this is the Your Best You Annual Planner. And this is the undated version. Welcome. Now, there will be some minor differences between the undated and dated, but not to worry. There will be a video that kind of outlines what some of the differences are later. But for the meantime, this is the undated planner, and I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous. Now, in this video, we are going to break down a few different goals. We are going to talk about what is a digital planner and what tech can you use, what makes this one unique. And then we're going to go and talk a little bit very briefly about my system and why it's so effective. And then we'll go inside this planner even more. I know it's so gorgeous and incredible. So first things first, what is a digital planner? Now, this is an important thing to understand and realize because a digital planner is not what a lot of people think. I think sometimes people think of a digital planner as an app that they can go in and mess around with and that syncs to their different online calendars like Google Calendar or iCal. But that is simply not the case. It is a PDF document. And right now I have this PDF document open in my PDF reader on my computer. And so what it is it's a PDF document that is clickable, right? So if you scroll down, you should be able to click around and get to different pages that make it a little bit easier. And so what you have to use in order to make it a functional digital planner is, number one, you have to use it on an iPad or an Android tablet, or, if you're in a different place where you don't necessarily have an Android or an iPad, that's okay. You just want to be able to you have to use an app with it that allows you to edit PDF documents. So for example, I have an iPad and I use GoodNotes with my iPad. I also I know for Androids, I've heard NoteShelf is really ideal and recommended, but there's so many others, right? So if you have some type of different device, you can look up online and see what would work best. But I know that GoodNotes and NoteShelf are the most highly recommended. And then, anything that will allow you to upload this PDF document into it and then edit it would be totally fine. So the important thing to understand again is that it is a PDF document that on its own you can't edit. You need to download an app onto your iPad or Android device and then upload the PDF document into that app, and then it will allow you to freely edit this device or edit the PDF document. Okay, so that's how all digital planners work. So they do not link up with other, with your calendars and all of that. Okay, so there we go. So now let's go into what makes this planner so unique. And I am obsessed with this planner. And number one, I'm going to look at my notes to make sure I don't miss anything. But number one, it was designed by me, right? I am a coach. and I've coached hundreds of women personally. And also I have helped thousands of people through my online courses and speaking events and workshops, etc. And I've also helped a lot of men as well too, right? I've been a special education teacher for the past 15 years. And really, I'm a master at helping people overcome their challenges, right? Work through their roadblocks, not word blocks. I'm thinking of my kids. Overcome their roadblocks and really try to, feel empowered and go after their goals in a balanced and holistic way. I'm a master at helping people love themselves and feel good about themselves and achieve their goals and dreams. And this is really designed with all of that experience in mind. It's designed with research in mind. It's designed based on things that have helped my hundreds of clients, myself, and everyone else as well. So even though this is a brand new planner that I'm launching, it is based on at least 15 years worth of experience, maybe more than that at this point. And it's designed with a system and a curriculum in mind about what has been proven to work. Okay, so this is not just, so you are getting so much amazing information. The teaching side has taught me how it is that students learn best, right? How it is that students accomplish and achieve their academic goals. And for you, your professional goals, health goals, wellness goals, whatever they might be, right? What helps you get from point A to point B. And the coaching side has helped me help people overcome and work through the negative self-talk, right? What are the things that we need to do to keep motivated and on top of our goals? So you're getting all of that combined expertise. Also, too, the other thing to understand too is that I'll go into the system, but this is kind of designed with the teaching side as well, right? There's a curriculum, there's a system in place that'll help you be as successful as possible. And what I also love about this planner is that it is a great standalone item, right? If you buy this planner or if you bought this planner, it is awesome on its own, but it also is a part of a larger support system. So I have so much support that I have to offer you, because here's the thing about a planner, right? A planner is a great and awesome, wonderful tool, and I love using planners. I'm obsessed with them, as a matter of fact, and that's probably why I made my own. But it alone is not enough to help you overcome issues of motivation. A planner alone, is not enough to help you overcome the negative self-talk you have in your head that might talk you out of going after your goals, the fear voice that might tell you you can't do it, or the voice that tells you that you're not good enough to achieve it, or that you don't deserve it, or that everybody else's needs are more important than your own, right? So this is why I offer as much support as I do. And you will also have the ability to have access to my own online courses that help you work through exactly those issues, that help you reframe your self-talk so you don't sabotage yourself in your efforts, that help you work on believing that you deserve it and that you deserve to go after your goals and dreams, again, so you don't sabotage yourself. And I have a goal setting class as well. Okay, and I have a time management course. And here's the amazing part about this, right? If you purchase this planner, or if you already purchased it, you will get the discount code. So for any one of those courses that you want to access. And likewise, if you purchase one of those courses, you will get a discount code for this planner. So there's just so much support available. And likewise, if you feel like that course isn't enough and you need even more intensive support, we all do, right? The only way I've gotten as far as I have is because I was like, hey, I need help. And there's no shame in that. You can get discount on the coaching as well. So when you buy the planner, you'll find access. When you purchase it, you'll see the discount codes for all of that as well. And same thing with any of the courses. So you got this and you deserve it, okay? And understanding that a planner is a wonderful tool, but it alone is not enough, okay? And also too, so what sets this, so now we're going to go into what also sets this this planner apart. Well, I am an overwhelmed and exhausted mom who has used these tools on herself, right? I have tried, I have done a lot of trial and error on my clients and myself, right? So I know what works, and I know that I've made these systems and tools work for myself, and they absolutely can work for you. And also too, that I have designed this planner, my design team and Candace designed this planner to be beautiful and a joyful experience for you. Okay. All right. So with that said, let's move on through. So let's talk a little bit more about my system and why it's so beneficial. And when you buy the planner, there's a more detailed video that breaks this down into even greater detail. So I'll only stay on this for a little while, but the first part of that system is very important. It's reflection, and it's reflecting about all of the things that happened in the previous year, previous month, previous day, etc. We should always be in reflection. Now, not in anxiety, right? Not torturing ourselves with what we did or did not do, but just reflecting and asking questions and getting curious about what we did well and what we could do differently. And what we did well is so critical because it is very important for our confidence levels and our mindset and motivation. So being honest with ourselves about what we do well, that tends to be the hardest thing. But when we are able to do that in a holistic way, it helps us stay in the game and stay motivated. When we can say, wow, I'm really proud of that small win, or I'm really, even if I didn't accomplish that full goal, I took these efforts, and that's something to be proud of. That helps us to stay motivated and staying in the game. And then, of course, reflecting on what we could do differently from a place of curiosity, not of judgment. And then so that will help us kind of start to brainstorm our goals. And then the dreaming and visioning pages, which I absolutely love. And this whole system is about, really being able to give yourself permission to dream and to do it, without and writing in the present tense about where it is that you vision and view yourself. And there are instructions for how to do that. So I won't go into too much detail here, but you'll see the dream pages and they're just gorgeous. So using those dream or visioning pages to help you kind of get emotionally invested and dream big and not censor it. And then the next process is goal setting in the right way, right? We've all tried to write goals, but we don't do it in the right way, and we don't know how to. And so many of us struggle with how to get emotionally invested in our goals. Because the studies and the research show that when we care about our goals and we are emotionally invested in them, then we are more successful with them. So the goal pages will walk you through that whole process as well. And then we have the quarters, different quarters and months and weekly breakdowns. And you'll see that the weekly spreads have spaces where you can write down your schedule and time block. And I'll break all of that down as we get there. Then we have notes. Okay. And this is my favorite page in the planner. This is kind of an index page, or what we're calling your dashboard. And this is kind of meant to be the page that you spend the most time on because, or maybe not. Well, it's the page that you can keep coming back to. Because what happens here is that it has clickable links to these different pages in the planner. So if you click on the reflection page, it'll take you to that reflection page for last year. Okay. And you'll see that how gorgeous this design is. I absolutely love it. And you have this cute little house icon that will get you back to the dashboard or home page or whatever you want to call it. This planner belongs to, you can jump ahead to the different weeks. All of these are programmed so you can get to the right week as well. And this is the dated planner, I believe. So that way, yes, this will get you to all of these different planners. Oh, I'm sorry. I think this is the undated. Well, we'll find out. We'll find out together. So this is, you can jump ahead to the different months. And okay, yeah, this is the undated planner. And you see, it'll take you to the monthly planning pages with a beautiful quote and a monthly planning spread. Go back home. And this will take you to all of these different pages. Okay. And also we'll take you to the quarterly pages as well. And this is a little intro letter from me, just breaking down a little bit more about the process and how I can help you, and a little bit more, and a link to how you can reach me, how you can access my Udemy courses, etc. right here. Also, how to use the planning pages. This is a breakdown of the system. And this also has my contact info as well. This breaks down a little bit more about setting your goals. Look how gorgeous this is. I mean, Candace is just incredible. right? I just love her so much. And again, this is a reminder to enjoy the process. And just one more thing about this whole thing. This planner is designed with growth mindset in mind, right? So that challenges and mistakes and failure are baked into the pie, right? And that if you make mistakes, that's perfectly okay. It's normal. You're trying out new things. You're trying out a new system, and you're trying out new goals and new habits, right? Failure is expected. So just, rethink the plan, not the goal. So this just says enjoy the process. Okay? And then a year from now, you'll wish you had started today. How true is that, right? So beautiful. So now let's go in to look at the reflection pages. And I absolutely love these pages so much. So if you look here, you'll see the top 5 accomplishments from last year, right? So celebrate yourself. This is a hard one, but force yourself to do it. What did you do well? How can this year be better? What are you grateful for? The hardest things about last year, what I need to improve. And then this is another thing that differentiates our planner as well. I led this page, the self-care reflection. Okay, because self-care is a critical part of the goal setting process. One thing that is so important to realize is that if you are not planning your weeks and if you are not planning your days with balance and breaks, all of the research shows that we need balance and breaks in order to move forward. So if you're trying to set up your goals and you have way too much on your plate, it could be part of what is sabotaging your progress. So we have this self-care reflection, right? And what's great about this is that this helps you to take a bird's eye view. This is at the beginning of the year. When are you at your best? Reflect on that. What helps me with my mental health? Who gives me comfort? What makes me feel happy? And then you can use the answers to those to help program that time in to your months, weeks, and days. This has an extra notes page. So if you feel like there's more that you want to add to that. Your dream pages. Oh, and get ready to be blown away. These are some of my favorite pages in the planner. I might spend all day looking at these. So this is your dream activity page. Oh, and you have the clouds and it looks all cerebral and daydreamy and gorgeous. And I love it so much. And so, the instructions are there in the planner. And so I won't go into too much detail here, but read the instructions and it'll show you how to really find and really do this activity in a good way, in a good holistic way. And the important thing about this is that sometimes we sabotage it. Sometimes we have a hard time allowing ourselves to daydream as adults. It's crazy. When we're kids, it's so much easier. But when we are adults, we have a hard time with it. So just do what the activity says and don't overthink it. Just do it. Just go for it, even if it feels uncomfortable. And then there's extra notes if you want to dream a little more space for dreaming. This is also a vision boarding section as well. So you can also, I highly recommend that you use the dreaming writing exercise, that you use this vision board as well. And this will help you to start to rough draft out your goals. Okay. And you can also do I know that a lot of people like to do a physical vision board. A lot of people like to make an artistic vision board. If you've never seen an artistic vision board, you can Google them. They're beautiful. A lot of people take like cardboard, or poster board, and they will, clip out magazine clippings or print pictures that are inspiring to them, that help them to stay inspired, and they'll post them somewhere. That is also a wonderful thing that you can do as well. But I also recommend that you do these activities as well because they are all, carefully research backed and designed to help you really figure out your goals in a powerful way. So the powerful thing about the dream and the vision board is not only are they fun and joyful, but they will help you start to think about goals, right? If you are daydreaming, and in my daydreaming activity, what I do is I think about, in my daydream, I'm always on a beach and I'm always sipping a pina colada, and sometimes I'm with my kids, sometimes I'm with my husband, sometimes I'm with no one, right? And I'm just enjoying life, feeling like I have time freedom. And, but what I get out of that is not only is it a joyful experience, but it also helps me to think through some different goals, right? What kind of career do I need in order to live that lifestyle, right? What do I need? What kind of business do I need to build in order to live that lifestyle, right? So it's going to help me think about concrete goals that I can create and write about. Okay. Another vision board here, more vision board space. And I just love that background as well. And this is an inspirational quote here. It must be borne in mind that the tragedy of life doesn't lie in not reaching your goal, but the tragedy lies in having no goal to reach. This is so true. Okay. More inspiration. Then we get into our goal pages. And then we have our SMART goals system. Now, if you've never heard of SMART goals before, SMART goals are something that I learned about as an educator, but they are goals, ways to write goals that will help make them fail-proof. Okay. So, making them specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. And this breaks down the whole thing here and even gives you some examples of how to come up with those. Goal rough draft with the instructions here. You also have a place where you can, after you write down your rough draft here, again on this beautiful, gorgeous page, you can also come up with your final annual SMART goals here. And what's great about this is on GoodNotes and on Notes Shelf as well, you can bookmark these pages. Okay, so not only can you access them on the dashboard, but you can bookmark these pages as well so that you can come back to them a lot more easily. And then also what I also love about this too is not only is there a goal page, we're not just about business, but how will you make this year amazing for yourself, right? So think about what vacations do you want to take? What things do you want to learn? What ways do you want to grow yourself? Okay, so think about all these different things. Do you want to have weekly contact with people that you love, right? So think about the self-care reflection you did, right? So there's so many different ways that you can use this page, and I love it. And then now we get into a goal action plan. And so you'll see there's a goal summary, start date, due date. You can track your goal progress throughout. And again, you can bookmark these pages as well in the app that you use. You have you can break the goal down by action steps and due dates, which I love this part because this is like a worksheet, right? The teacher in me is obsessed with this. And you can schedule for, also using this to schedule your goal work, right? So what days of the week will you work on your goal? So if you have a goal and you feel like you need to work on it, maybe an hour once a week, what day of the week will you work on that? And then this can help you go in and start to plan that into your Google Calendar. Also, this helps you think of the different possible obstacles that might get in the way and how to overcome those obstacles. And then you have rewards for the small steps. Critical. This is another critically important thing, right? Research shows us that we need to reward ourselves for the small baby steps that we take. So this is going to be so important. How you reward yourself for the small steps. And what will be your big reward at the end when you get there? Or even if you don't automatically hit it, what will be your bigger reward for the effort? And then this is another research-backed tool that I absolutely love. And this is the big motivating factor, or what I learned in my coaching school. The big MOFA is the nickname for it, and balance, right? This is about coming up with a big motivating factor, your big why behind the goal, right? It's not just enough to come up with a goal and the plan. Again, just like we did with dreaming, we have to ask ourselves why. Why is this so important for me, right? And there are instructions provided in this planner as well that will break down that process. But when you do that, it helps you to feel so emotionally invested in your goal. That motivation is so easy. So I love this because it separates us from from so many other planners. And then these repeat. All of these repeat multiple times. So let me keep scrolling here until we get past, I think there's about 10 of these. And you don't want to overwhelm yourself. 10 annual goals is really the maximum you want to have because that's plenty. And then next, we have our quarterly planning pages. And I'm just going to show you quarter one because they all tend to repeat. But this is kind of the beginning of the year, your yearly plan, events, and goals. And this is a breakdown, where you can look at look at a calendar of the year and really write down the different events you have coming up, right? Events, vacations, places you want to go, things you want to do, things to focus on. And also then this will help you kind of plan out when you'll have time to work on your goals, right? So when you kind of look at where it is that you plan on taking a vacation or going out of town or something like that, or if you have a big work project coming up or a big business thing, then you'll be able to plan holistically around that, right? So if I know February is a crazy month for our family because we have so many birthdays, so I know that I'm not going to put a lot of pressure on myself to accomplish things in February around my business. I'm just going to mostly let things coast. So what I would do instead is maybe do more work in January or March, right? And balance that out. So this is a great way to look at the year. An Eisenhower priority matrix. And again, the instructions are there for you to look at. But what is powerful about this is that it is helping you, if you have never heard of the Eisenhower priority matrix, I think it was Dwight D. Eisenhower who came up with this. But it is a way to look at all of the tasks you have on your list and prioritize what is important and urgent, what you need to do immediately, what is important and not urgent, so that you can schedule them and you can put them in your calendar and schedule them. What is not important to you, but urgent, that means that somebody has to do them, but maybe it doesn't have to be you, right? Maybe you can outsource to have, maybe grocery shopping is urgent, but maybe not important to you. Maybe it's not the most important thing. So maybe you can, order, have somebody help you order these, or maybe you can order them online, right? So you don't have to go to the grocery store, or you can have somebody clean your house, right? And these are the not important and not urgent. So things that are just not high on your priority list and they're not time sensitive. So these are things that you can schedule way later in your calendar. This also has a section for quarterly goals, Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. Another way that you can break down your quarterly projects, events, and tasks. So here you can break down events, tasks, and goals and tasks. And you have the first 6 months at a glance. And I love these planning pages. Then you have the second 6 months at a glance. So there's so many different possible worksheets, right? You can use what works best for you. There's so many different ways to use it. And then you get into the Q1 goals, events, and to-dos. And what I love about this is that this is an open-ended space, right? So you can use, right, in your app in any way that you want to. What I like to do is I like to put my goals, or I first like to look at the events that are coming up, so doctor's appointments, medical appointments, things that are dentist appointments, things that are coming up, vacations, birthdays, and then the to-dos that I want to do, the tasks and goals. And I like to kind of break them down by categories. Now let's go into our monthly planning pages. Okay. And I love this. If the plan doesn't work, change the plan, not the goal. Great reminder. And let's look at this is our monthly planner page as you saw before, and it's open-ended. You can fill it in with whatever dates you want. And I love this. It has goals, breakdown, projects that you're working on, and self-care, always remembering self-care. You have a monthly brain dump to just write down all the different tasks that you have. And then the Eisenhower priority matrix again, so you can prioritize what needs to come first, what you can schedule to work on later, delegate, etc. Delegation is key. And then finally, the weekly planning pages. And this week's schedule, which I absolutely love, because you can use this for time blocking. And time blocking is just a wonderful, what I like to do here. And I will do a bigger breakdown of how I use these weekly planning pages. But you can use these. I use these in conjunction with a Google Calendar, and I will show you a deeper breakdown in a plan with me video about how I use these. But this has a schedule for you, a weekly plan, and I love this because it has a daily breakdown of housework, goal to-dos for the week, Self-care, remember self-care is key, balance and self-care. Meal planning here if you want to, and some notes, right? If you have conversations that come up or something. And then I love this page. This was one of my favorites, a weekly task checklist. So all the tasks you have for the week, and you can schedule them out, right? So if I know that I need to send an email, I can say, okay, what day? I have a dentist appointment on Tuesday. So that's an urgent email. Let me send that as soon as I can on Monday. I have to take care of this project. Let me do that on Wednesday, etc., right? And then this weekly plan is a versatile plan. You can use it for meal planning as well. And you see it has a shopping list here, but you can also use it for housework. You can use it to track your daily spending day to day. It's just open weekly space because I wanted you to be creative with this, right? People like some flexibility in their planners. And so if you are interested in seeing how I use it, I'm happy to show you that in my weekly plan. And then the weekly plans just repeat themselves. Okay? So I hope that gives you a really good overview as to how awesome and amazing and gorgeous this planner is, and just gets the creative juices going, just shows you why it is that you deserve to make yourself a priority and how this planner can be helpful and useful. And if you have any questions, let me know. Contact me.